Welcome back to the show. There's no place like home. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $3.37 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 2%. Remember, Brad Garlinghouse, not saying that he's got it dead on the nose here, but he had suggested we could see a $5 trillion cryptocurrency market cap by the end of the year. And here we've put at least $1 trillion back into the market just since the election results. So this is exciting. Right now, Bitcoin, another new all-time high, 97,400 plus for Bitcoin. Congratulations to Bitcoin. 3,300 right now for Ethereum. And I don't mind telling you, I got my Bitcoin in a Roth IRA, so it's tax-free while it's going to the moon. You can do the same if you click the link underneath the video. Come on in. Yeah, 130 billion market cap plus for USD Tether. What's going to happen to Tether? I don't know. $1.13 right now for XRP at the number 6 spot. Even though we're off a 0.5%, we're still up 55.8% on the 7-day. I'm loving it. 37 billion plus for USDC market cap. Let's look at the range of price. Ranging between $1.07 and $1.14, XRP's out for a jog. Head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look at some TA before we get out of here. I want to show you this just to show you what's going on here. This conversation is so real. $36 trillion all-time high U.S. national debt now. Something must be done. You know, like introduce a new asset class as a strategic reserve and other things. Right here is Perry Ann Boring from the Digital Chamber. Oh, you're going to love this. This is great fire, straight fire right here. Shout out to Charles Payne, too. Let me bring it in at the 1 minute mark because he sets the clip up. And let's hear exactly what's going on here. You're going to love every second of this.
Digital Chamber founder and CEO Perry Ann Boring. Perry Ann, first of all, it's moving so fast. I mean, really, it's like almost every day, and you must be happy almost every day it's something that seems pro-crypto.
Well, you're saying it's moving fast, but it took us 10 years to get here.
That's success, right? Isn't that the success is like, you know, no one sees all the hard work that you put behind the scenes, but all of a sudden it is coming quickly.
Yeah, so I was the first person in the country to be an advocate for Bitcoin and blockchain technology in our nation's capital.
Why were you that? What made you do that?
My conviction was really around the promise of Bitcoin to address some of our most pressing issues facing our country. I went to D.C. right after the financial crisis of 2008. I wanted to fight for something better. When I learned about Bitcoin and how this could be a technology to create financial opportunity and an equitable financial system for all people, that was something I was willing to fight for. And now this has really emerged as a tool to address our debt issue, can strengthen national security goals, can strengthen economic security goals. It's so much more than just people making money after crypto. That's not what it's about. It's about securing our financial prosperity.
You're looking at it almost from a humanitarian point of view.
We absolutely do believe that cryptocurrencies, they're open source software, which is protected by free speech. The free speech conversations have been front and center over the past several years, mostly with social media platforms. But we are a branch of that same tree. We believe it is a human right to have an access to cryptocurrencies. This is our freedom to transact. It's our property rights, and it's our freedom to assemble digitally with anyone in the world.
Absolutely. It's a great point, and it is absolutely something I believe as well. But keep listening here.
So there was a lot of pushback always out of D.C. Elizabeth Warren probably at the top of the list there, but a couple of folks who just lost their seats. I was reading your note. Is it 250 now pro-crypto members of Congress?
Well, as of today, it's as many as 290. Our team is still going through all of those 535 members and analyzing who we consider to be pro-crypto, but it's as many as 290, and there's 535 members of Congress, which means about 55% of members of Congress that will be sworn in January are pro-crypto, and that means crypto is the majority party.
What do you want to see from them?
Well, our industry has faced significant pushback from Washington, D.C.
Right.
The biggest issues facing the cryptocurrency industry is a lack of regulatory clarity, coupled with very aggressive regulation by enforcement from the regulators, primarily the SEC, but to some extent the CFTC as well.
Right.
We need clarity on whose jurisdiction begins and where, and we need registration frameworks so companies can bring the most innovative financial products to market, registered, regulated, without the fear of
So I've
enforcement.
got 30 seconds, though. The main pushback has been that it's used so much in crimes, that digital crimes, and whether someone steals all the paperwork from a hospital and holds it hostage and they have to pay through crypto, that kind of stuff. Is there an elegant solution to that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very small minority of cryptocurrency transactions are used in illicit finance.
Right.
A blockchain is a permanent ledger, so an unalterable ledger of every transaction of cryptocurrencies. You don't have this in traditional financial system. You don't have this in the banking system. You obviously have none of this with cash. This is a much greater tool for law enforcement than criminals. And you should ask the Department of Justice. You should ask the FBI that. They understand that. The ones on the front line have this incredible tool to follow the money and apprehend illicit actors.
Marianne, congratulations. Really, I mean,
Thank you,
we
Charles.
talked over the years, and you struggled. I mean, you were out there by yourself for a long time struggling, and all of a sudden, all the pieces are falling into place.
Listen to this part.
There's a couple of job vacancies in D.C. That's all I'm saying. I know you can't say anything, but, I couldn't think of anyone better qualified than you to certainly help out.
Whoa! The White House is considering. The White House says President-elect Trump considers creating a White House crypto advisor role to shape pro-crypt Bitcoin policies and strengthen ties with regulators. Could this be the job that he's talking about for her? And if not, John Deaton could do this role too. So look, it's either Perry-Ann Boring or John Deaton are two incredible people that could serve in this role. Absolutely, hands down, no doubt about it. And then just in, Teresa Goody-Guyen here, I think I said it correctly. I don't know if I did. I apologize. A blockchain advocate and critic of the SEC enforcement is gaining traction as the lead contender for the SEC chairman. This candidate, says Meta Lawman, served for 2 years in the SEC's general counsel office during the Obama administration. If DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, recommends a 50% cut of the SEC budget, would she cooperate with the implementation of those cuts? SEC alums tend to be very loyal to the institution. And then we have this here as well. If Trump appoints her as chair, perhaps the SEC lawsuit against Ripple gets dismissed. Stuart Alderati said this back in April here, and Teresa Goody-Guyen, however you say it, again, I apologize, reposted it. He said back then, in Gensler's first 3 years as SEC chair, the agency has been sued for abusing its rulemaking powers more times than the SEC was sued in the prior 10-plus years, spanning the tenure of 3 long-serving chairs combined. How about that? So Teresa Goody-Guyen knows exactly what the problem is. The question is we have to wonder how allegiant is she should the DOGE committee come in and do some cutting to that camp. We'll see. Now we have this. This is Brad Garlinghouse, who had a great exchange here with Maria Bartiromo on Fox Business. Let's take a listen to this clip. You can hear the enthusiasm in Brad Garlinghouse as he's talking here, and rightfully so. It's a cryptocurrency craze that's about to break open. Take a listen.
Welcome back. Bitcoin has been on fire. Take a look at Bitcoin this morning at 93,761. The cryptocurrency touching a new all-time high of about $94,000 yesterday. As the Trump rally continues, Trump Media and Technology Group also reportedly in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail. Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto, and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So sure. 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Look, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, you know, the U.S. really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration and this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, you know, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration on who's running things?
Yes,
Listen.
We want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, you know, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S.
No question about it right there. And I gotta pause it because I want to show you something here because, you know, I like what Bank XRP put underneath of this video. He says, let's hope this new administration sets America free. Yeah, exactly. No question about it. But here's a little hint that we may be getting set free. Remember, this just broke a couple days ago. President-elect Donald Trump's in talks to buy crypto trading platform Bakkt. So I'd say he's going to need to be able to get the right regulatory agents in the right place because I don't think he's looking to buy a digital trading platform and then not have crypto become a leader in the U.S. Or the U.S. become a leader in the crypto space. That is hugely positive. And then you can't forget that he's also mentioned the idea, and Senator Lummis has talked about introducing a bill for Bitcoin to become a strategic reserve for the U.S. government. And it just goes to, you know, it leads right into ask yourself if the U.S. actually does this. For one, it tells me that Bitcoin was always a government psyop to help with the transition of the monetary system into the new digital era. And it also tells me that if they do this, then the United States government buys Bitcoin till they get 1 million Bitcoin. Other countries are going to do the same. So imagine what that does for putting pressure on the upside for price should that happen. We are in a remarkable moment here. And the first 100 days is a real point to watch. You know, we were just talking about this, and shout out to David from our DPMG private group who made this point. The first 100 days for Donald Trump's presidency is going to be an absolute critical moment to watch. And I do believe it's in part because I do believe that one of the economic pillars of this new presidential administration will in fact be cryptocurrency and making the U.S. a leader in that space. No question about it. And you're not going to buy a platform, as I said, and then not have that happen. I just don't see it happening that way. But we have to watch to find out. Right now, there is a critical moment in front of us as XRP Crypto with double Fibonacci's from January 18 and April 21. We have strong confluence, he says, at Fibonacci 0.702 between $1.22 and $1.11. This is the key reason why XRP is pausing here, and now we're at $1.13, as you've seen already. Listen closely. The next move is crucial. We're eyeing $1.60 and $2.30 as the next zone. This is where selling pressure from the last cycle will likely reappear. But here's the game changer. A weekly and monthly close above $2 is more important than just reaching an all-time high. He says here, why? It triggers multiplier effect, opening the door to exponential growth. The super guppy is flipping green on the 2-week time frame, which historically points to massive moves. 2018 all-time high was 66 days, and 2021 cycle top after 84 days, average 175 days. Targeting March 2025 for the next XRP peak. So what will it be when we get there? He says, I know you're already using the calculator to see how much those double-digit prices will bring. So there you have it. And if you look at the chart here, here's what he's talking about. These two moments that took place where you saw that. And here's the Bifrost bridge that he's talking about. And here's where we are right now. So starting to figure out whether we're in that $10, $20+ range, right? That's what we're trying to see. Look, if we have something like that take place in 25, I just tell you, I mean, what we've been through, it is just remarkable. But think of this for a moment. If we see those kind of numbers, imagine what we'll see once we have legislation, once we have all the appointments to the respective agencies. And there's no more headwinds, but instead it'll be regulatory agencies embracing this technology and allowing it to thrive, making us a leader in innovation. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I tell you what, we're going into the freedom zone, and I have to forgive myself, or ask for forgiveness from you guys. I've been traveling and supporting the documentary Rigged. It was formerly named XRP Unleashed, and it's rigged from the start. SEC's war on crypto. It's fantastic. I want to give the biggest thank you and congratulations to Chris and Maya and Zach and the rest of the film crew. You guys have done a wonderful job, and I know you will continue to. I know there's lots more to be done, and you are all crushing it. And I just want to give an extra special thanks to all the people that I got to meet in the different cities that I attended. I went to Atlanta first, then I went to Boston, and then I was able to finish in LA, and I just got home late yesterday. And I tell you, just wonderful, wonderful people, and getting the opportunity to shake your hand, put a face to the name or the Twitter handle, or just to be able to just say thank you to you guys for tuning in and watching the channel. And I know so many people were thanking me, but it's like, I want to thank you. I don't take any of you for granted. And I know we go through a lot to be able to do this every day, but they'll never stop us. And you're the ones who keep me going. And I am eternally grateful for that. That is absolutely the truth. These are the words from my heart. I mean every single one of them. You guys mean the world to me. And right now we're going into the freedom zone where we're going to share some information about the flu shot. Do you know what's in it? Because you're about to find out. Join us in the freedom zone. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going in Dig Perspectives right now. Click the freedom zone and come on in. All right. Well,